Hey and welcome to the Daily Arsenal News Show. Let's begin with our daily news. Two Serie A clubs now want to sign Pablo Mari. Arsenal defender Pablo Mari is attracting interest from Italy, with Sky Sport Italia reporting that Monza and Verona are monitoring the defender. Mari looks to have fallen down the pecking order at Arsenal, despite the fact that Mikel Arteta thinks he is an exceptional professional. The Gunners have been busy adding to their squad this summer, and defensive reinforcements have come through the door. William Saliba has returned from a loan spell at Marseille, and Alexander Zinchenko has joined from Manchester City. Now, it seems that Mari could be one of the players to leave North London and he could be heading back to Italy. Mari spent the second half of last season on loan at Serie A outfit Udinese and appeared 15 times in the Italian league. And now, Sky Sport Italia reports that two rival Italian clubs could look to sign the Arsenal defender. The 28-year-old has caught the attention of Monza and Verona, with both clubs now eyeing a possible move for him. Since making the switch to Arsenal from Brazilian side Flamengo back in the summer of 2020, Mari has mainly been used as a backup option under Arteta and has played limited minutes for the club. Before the Spaniard was sent on loan to Udinese last season, he had only managed 3 appearances for the Gunners, with one of them coming in the League Cup. With Saliba returning to the club and looking excellent during pre-season, Arteta now has wealth of options in the centre-back role. The Spaniard can choose from options such as Gabriel Magalhaes, Ben White and even Rob Holding, who has featured more under Arteta than Mari has. Arsenal will be aiming to offload some players over the coming weeks in order to create space to further bolster Arteta's squad, and Mari looks to be one of the players who could head out of the exit door. Arsenal youngster Nuno Tavares says he wants to follow in Guendouzi and Salibas' footsteps. Arsenal sent Nuno Tavares to Olympique Marseille on loan last week, and the youngster has claimed that he wants to follow in the footsteps of Matteo Guendouzi and William Saliba. The 22-year-old Portuguese fullback only joined Arsenal last year. He had a fantastic start to the campaign and even kept Kieran Tierney out of the side for a few games. However, Tavares' fortunes turned for the worse in 2022. The youngster really struggled at left back, so much so that Arteta had to use the likes of Granit Xhaka, Cedric Soares and Takehiro Tomiyasu there instead. Arsenal had to address that issue this summer, and they brought in Alexander Zinchenko that opened the door for Tavares to head out on loan for Marseille. Arsenal and Marseille maintain an excellent relationship thanks to recent transfers. The Gunners loaned out William Saliba and Matteo Guendouzi last summer, and both players had stunning campaigns at the Stade Velodrome. The French outfit signed Guendouzi on a permanent deal this summer, while Saliba, who is back at Arsenal now, looks a much better player than he was this time last year. Tavares, branded as brilliant, has now claimed that he would love to emulate the French stars at Marseille. He told the club's official website, as per the Evening Standard, "For a reference, Matteo and Saliba, I saw the success they had here, so I want to follow those steps as much as I can." Tavares is a talented fullback, and this loan spell at Marseille under Igor Tudor could really benefit him this season. The 22-year-old is rapid, has all the tricks in the book, and is very good in attack. However, his biggest issue was his lack of composure at the back, which cost Arsenal on more than one occasion in the second half of last season. With Kieran Tierney and Zinchenko at Arteta's disposal now, Tavares was barely going to play had he stayed at the Emirates. The decision to move out on loan is definitely the right one, and folks at Arsenal will be hoping he'll come back a much better player. Marseille have no option to buy Tavares at the end of this season, which means he's almost certain to come back to Arsenal in 2023. Ainsley Maitland-Niles is now likely to leave Arsenal. England international Ainsley Maitland-Niles is now likely to leave Arsenal before the end of the transfer window. Maitland-Niles was linked with the newly promoted Nottingham Forest earlier on in the summer, but that move failed to materialise. Forest have since signed Nico Williams from Liverpool to play at right wing back, so that avenue for an exit looks closed off now. Nevertheless, Football London claimed that Maitland-Niles is set to depart North London before the deadline rolls around. Maitland-Niles ended up joining Roma on loan in January, as He looked to become the latest English player to enjoy success in Italy. Unfortunately, his time in the capital did not go to plan. He played 8 times in Serie A for Jose Mourinho's men, but he has been an unused substitute in 10 of their last 12 league games. He turns 25 in August, and he will be wary of watching his development stagnate because he does have potential, and Martin Keown has previously labelled him a fantastic player. Maitland-Niles has been around the England squad reckoning under Gareth Southgate, but as it stands, he has absolutely no chance of going to the World Cup. It would take a huge turnaround, but there could be a potential opening on the left of the defence where England lack cover for Ben Chilwell and Luke Shaw. Southgate has used a variety of awkward fits in that role, and the immediate priority for Maitland-Niles has to be going somewhere he will play regularly. Bernd Leno transfer to Fulham will be official soon. Fabrizio Romano took to social media last night to confirm that Arsenal have indeed agreed to sell Bernd Leno to Fulham for around £8 million. The German stopper will finally get his move away from the Gunners after losing his number 1 spot to Aaron Ramsdale last season. Leno will join Fulham on an initial 3-year deal, although Romano says there is scope for that to be extended. Bernd Leno will undergo medical later this week as a new Fulham player. He will sign until June 2025, with option included for further season. Full agreement with Arsenal, worth £8 million fee completed yesterday. It will be official this week. Leno has grown frustrated at Arsenal over the last 12 months, and when Mikel Arteta moved to sign Matt Turner in the summer, his fate was all but sealed. Labelled as a magnificent goalkeeper back in 2021 by Arteta himself, Leno has simply not been able to wrestle back the number 1 spot from Ramsdale. He has been linked with a number of clubs, and Leicester City were said to be among those keen to sign him just a few days back. However, it's Fulham who have won the race, it seems, with Leno set to join and instantly make his debut this weekend when the Cottagers faced Liverpool. It was important this one got done for everyone involved. There was no point in Leno sticking around, while there was no value in Arsenal keeping him. For Fulham, it could prove a pivotal signing. They get an international goalkeeper with big-time experience who could well be the difference between wins and losses. Leno has more than enough quality. He's just not quite what Mikel Arteta wanted in the end. This makes sense for everyone though, and Leno, hopefully for Fulham fans, can find his very best form once more. For Arsenal, it's yet another wage off the books as Edu gets to work on moving players on. Lucas Torreira is also set to leave to join Galatasaray in a permanent deal. Fabrizio Romano has just said that Lucas Torreira is close to leaving permanently. Arsenal and Lucas Torreira appear to be finally close to parting ways for good, with the midfielder set to join Galatasaray on a permanent deal. That's according to Fabrizio Romano anyway, who reports that Arsenal have received an offer for Torreira from the Turkish club and are prepared to accept his departure immediately. For the Gunners and Torreira, of course, it would finally bring an end to a partnership that hasn't quite yielded the results either party wanted. Signed from Sampdoria, Torreira has spent the last 2 seasons out on loan with Atletico Madrid and Fiorentina. However, it appears a move to Turkey is his next step as long as he can agree terms. The incredible Uruguayan international was said to be close to agreeing a new contract a few days ago, with Valencia then hoping to sign him on loan. However, it looks like things have moved swiftly on, and the Gunners are finally going to get some money back for their man. After spending £100 million plus again this summer, Edu's task is to now move on certain fringe players from Arsenal. Torreira is among a group who have been told they can leave. You can start to feel sorry for a player sometimes, and that's how it was going with Lucas Torreira. Yes, he hasn't delivered for Arsenal really, but then again, he's not been given many chances either in recent seasons. A move to Galatasaray is a big one for the midfielder. He will be given a big warm welcome, like most new signings are, and from there, he can really get into getting his career going again. For the Gunners, a permanent deal suits them as well. They will get a transfer fee and some money off the wage bill. Leicester City are still expecting Arsenal to make a bid for Youri Tielemans. According to The Guardian, Leicester City are still expecting a bid from Arsenal for Youri Tielemans. The Gunners have been heavily linked with a move for the Belgian for a while now. Rumours first emerged all the way back in January this year, and they have been a constant since the summer window opened as well. Arsenal are definitely in the market for a new midfielder. Mikel Arteta has Thomas Partey, Granit Xhaka, Albert Sambi Lokonga, Mohamed El Nini, and now Alexander Zinchenko in the middle of the park. All of those players are good at what they do, but if Arsenal want to go to the next level, they need a top quality number 8. Tielemans certainly checks that box. Brendan Rodgers' Foxes are the only side in Europe's top 5 leagues not to sign a new player in this summer's transfer window. It's not that they don't want to, but they probably have to sell before they can buy. James Maddison, Wesley Fofana, and Tielemans are the 3 players who are most likely to leave this summer. Rodgers is desperate to keep hold of the first 2, but the Belgian's case is slightly different. The report claims that Leicester are aware of Arsenal boss Arteta's long-standing interest in Tielemans. Even though the rumour mill has gone quiet, the Foxes are still apparently expecting the Gunners to bid for the midfielder soon. Tielemans, branded as an incredible, has entered the final year of his contract at the King Power Stadium, and if he isn't sold in this window, Leicester run the risk of losing him for nothing next year. Almost everybody knows now that Arsenal like Tielemans. He has been a target for a long time, and reports have led us to believe that he'd love to join the Gunners as well. However, Arteta and Edu haven't yet made a move for Tielemans, which has made people question if they are even convinced about bringing the Belgian to the Emirates. Tielemans really is a fantastic player. He can play anywhere across the 3 central midfield positions, is excellent on the ball, has good vision, and also possesses the ability to score goals from distance. Unless Arsenal have a much better player on their shortlist, it's hard to understand why the Gunners haven't moved in yet. Maybe they are just waiting for the final days of the window to get him for a smaller fee. Arsenal weighing up a move for Chelsea ace Timo Werner. Arsenal is interested in a move for Timo Werner in this transfer window. The Gunners have bolstered their attack with the arrival of Gabriel Jesus, but they are still active in the transfer market. They now have Jesus and Edin Ketia as their main first team strikers, but an opportunity has arrived for them to add to that number. Werner is struggling to play and deliver at Chelsea, and the attacker could leave Stamford Bridge. Defense Central via The Sun reports that Arsenal are now interested in adding him to their squad. The Gunners narrowly missed out on a top 4 place last season and would be keen to get it in this campaign. A move to the Emirates could help Werner to reproduce the brilliant form he showed at RB Leipzig. Werner has been one of the biggest Premier League flops of the last few seasons, and the German just seems to get worse. He might be one of those players who struggle outside his country, which should not make him attractive to Arsenal. Mikel Arteta has revived the career of some players, but it's much better if we do not sign Werner. There are other strikers on the market who we can sign to bolster our attack. I will be uploading daily Arsenal news, so keep your eyes on the channel and don't forget to like and subscribe. I appreciate your support. Peace out.